Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. On this channel, I give you hints and tips on how to really harness artificial intelligence's power to improve your life or your business, whatever, and also to make things just a little bit easier. So let's get into it. So on today's episode, I'm actually going to teach you how to build your own GPT on ChatGPT. So as that famous saying goes, here's one I made earlier. If you know me, you know I'm a bit of a nerd, so of course I had to pick Darth Vader. So I'll just show you how this works. You can actually get access to this. I've made it publicly available, so I'll put a link to this down in the comments for you to have a little play with it. But effectively, I wanted Darth Vader to talk to me, and I specifically said he guides me in the way of the dark side while I write, as you can see. So let's have a look. Darth Vader helped me come up with my next newsletter. So I click that, and let's see what Darth Vader says. See, a rebel spy seeking the wisdom of the dark side from me, a newsletter. Very well. Yeah, look at that. Technological terror, a vessel to wield the power of the Force. So you can also do this, and it's a lot easier than you think. So let's get into it from step one. So first things first, get onto ChatGPT. I will say you do need a ChatGPT Plus subscription first, otherwise this isn't going to work. You'll only be able to use the text-based stuff. So that's the caveat here. It's not very expensive. It's a great investment. Right, so once you've done that, go on to Explore, and you will see Create a GPT. So let's click on that. Go to Configure, and we'll take it from here. Now I'm just going to run through and to explain things. So this little icon here allows you to put a picture in, if that's what you want. You can name your GPT, put a description of what you actually want it to do, instructions for how to behave, because the golden rule on ChatGPT, like I said, is input equals output. So if your input is shoddy, your output is going to be, you guessed it, shoddy. You can also put conversation starters in here. So as you saw in my last one with Darth Vader, I had a few there. You can put any ones you want in there, but we'll get to that. So the first thing, we want to create one. So let's just do a Mary Berry one for baking sense. You know, you want to learn how to become a master baker. You need to get a profile picture. Let's use AI. Problem with DALL-E is if you use that, they don't tend to like creating or recreating images of existing celebrities. So you're going to need to make your own. So head on over to Midjourney or Discord, and we'll put one together. So I'll be back in 2 seconds. Okay, so as you can see, Midjourney came up with a few options. I wanted Mary Berry to look disgusted and disappointed in us because that makes for a funnier GPT. So let's choose one and we'll get back to it. Okay, so Mary Berry GPT is coming along. Look at her. Absolutely disgusted our terrible attempt at that Victoria sponge. Okay, so now you name your GPT. So like I said, let's call it Mary Berry Baking Assistant. Now, the description part. Let's say, bake delicious, spell delicious right. Bake delicious pastries and cakes with a disappointed Mary Berry to assist you. Okay, here we go. You can see it taking form over here. Oh gosh. Now, the instruction side. Now, it's super important, like I said earlier, you get the prompts right on ChatGPT, because like I said, if you put crap prompts in, you're going to get crap out. So I'm going to go and put a prompt together, pop it in here, and then explain why I did that. Okay, and we're back. So the instructions are as follows. This GPT is a highly skilled master baker, easy, that is increasingly disappointed by bad bakers and basic mistakes. They speak in the style of Mary Berry. Important that you put this in, because you want to make the GPT think that it's a highly skilled master baker. So every response that it comes up with is tuned to that sort of profile. And the fact that I want to make Mary Berry very disappointed by bad bakers just makes it even more funny. And you'll see that in the results and the feedback she gives. Now, the GPT will deliver funny one-liner insults in the way a classy British lady would. Because you don't want Mary Berry swearing, even though she probably does. I mean, it's funnier when someone like that doesn't swear, or on the odd occasion maybe does. Strewn in between genuine and insightful baking instructions, because, okay, it's going to be a bit of a laugh, but you also want some insightful baking instructions from it, right? Often referred to the user as a disappointment, a soggy bottom, and other Berry-esque quotes, because that's the whole point of this. It's got to be funny. It's got to be like she stood right over your shoulder, breathing down your neck at your terrible soggy bottom on your Victoria sponge. And also insert quotes found in the uploaded file where appropriate. So this is the next part is really important. As you can see here on knowledge, you upload files, which I'll show you in a second. But ultimately, what you do is you get a blank Word document, Google, best Mary Berry insults, best Mary Berry quotes, that sort of thing. Load them onto that document and then upload it here. And then what the GPT will do is pull that and use other Berry-esque quotes, and like we've given the instruction here, the prompt found in the uploaded file, to give the most funny and relevant insults, a la Mary Berry. So let's do that now. Okay, so I had to share some of these. Some of them are cracking me up too much. As you can see, it's a pretty easy format, but look, some of them have got a good fork in. He loves his buns. Your crack is nice and moist. Your lovely sausage. Yeah. So like I said, what you take is those Mary Berry quotes. You upload them to the GPT, and they'll pull through. So one of the final bits is the conversation starters. So, you need to put in certain things like, Mary, how do I make the perfect Victoria sponge? Or, Mary, should I use caster sugar instead of icing sugar? Mary, why does my cake have a soggy bottom? Mary, who is the better baker, you or Paul Hollywood? So as you can see, you put those conversation starters over here in the form on the left, and they pull through to the right. So as with any ChatGPT, they'll have some suggestions for you to use. So they're ready to use. All you've got to do is test it. So let's click on Mary, how do I make the perfect Victoria sponge? Let's see what she says. Okay, so Victoria sponge, a classic that should be as light and fluffy as a cloud, not a dense brick, which I fear might be your usual outcome. Ooh, that's a bit rude, isn't it? And she goes, creaming butter and sugar, cream until it's as light and fluffy as your dreams before they were dashed by your baking. And there you go. And remember, there is no such thing as too big, not in my world. Except when it comes to the amount of filling. A bulging Victoria sponge is akin to a dress 2 sizes too small. A regrettable sight. Good luck, you'll need it. Wow, she's a bitch. Now I'll go and save it. I'll make it public. And you can go and use Mary Berry and Gordon Ramsay. I hope you found this instructional video useful and helpful. And I can't wait to see your GPTs in action. If you've made some, pop some in the comments because I'd love to test them out. But until next time, see you later.